Hi Pisces. Sometimes storms need to break. As of right now, there was a storm, and it needs to break so that the water, the tears, the purification can happen. And we need to see right now, on this powerful day, today, on April 11th, something very powerful is happening energetically. We are entering the portal of the eclipses. The solar eclipse is happening next week, and as well Mercury retrograde. So we are in the pre-shadow of that particular aspect. And so this is bringing, failure in communication, misunderstandings, and triggers, as well as, perhaps technological issues as well. But what we're seeing is that there's a breakthrough in the sky, a breakthrough that could be happening also individually in your life. And it's coming with a lot of emotions. I'm talking specifically about today, but you could have been feeling those feelings strongly a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or could be feeling them this week or in the following weeks, depending on who you are, your path, how sensitive you are, and whatever timeline you're in, and whatever is happening in your life. But yeah, there is a lot of very strong energies that are triggering us. A lot of anger. They have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We're asked to really, truly retreat, find this space within, this calm, this balance, because it's very, how would you say? It's like outside, whatever is happening is very unstable. Like anything could happen, breakdowns, people needing also healing, people emotionally breaking down themselves, needing an ear, needing you to perhaps be there for them, but you needing to not forget about your boundaries as well. Some people get angry at you, and you need to not take it personally. Right now, we need to truly get into this mode of zooming out, seeing everything from a higher perspective. You have the perspective here that came through in the void, two cards that are talking about this. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. And then the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So as you can see, there is a kind of this winter energy where we need to come back to our heart. Whatever is occurring, whatever perhaps mistakes you've done, all this is also being triggered by the planets, by the constellations, and by the very unstable ground that we are on right now. That is triggering change, very much so. Number 5 has come very strongly today, and you have the card change that came through. So in all of this, you have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Perhaps you've had breakdowns, emotional breakdowns, and they had to happen. They have to happen for you to come back closer to in intimacy within yourself, with yourself. Perhaps you're getting lost. Perhaps you're not on your path. Perhaps there's just so many things that need to break down so that we can get lost. Getting lost is a good ground to start over, and we are starting over. You have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So there's a lot about, again, this deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held, the simple things: eat, sleep, nurture yourself, all those very simple little things that are so important that we forget about, when we get into everything we have to do, the stress, the everybody that needs us, and getting lost in all of that. But we have a mirror here with this great severing we saw before. You have who or what is triggering you. and seeing what the causes of that are. Sometimes we need to reflect. We have reflection here, and this is also coming back to this Mercury retrograde, which we are in the pre-shadow of, and that all, you know, those retrogrades always point us back to inside, to reflect, to go within, because this is what is, you know, sometimes we see all of those obstacles or those challenges happening against us, but it's not. It's actually for us to stop and recognize, okay, things are not going well. What is it in my energy that is you know, triggering that, or that is allowing this to happen in my life? And when those challenges happen, this is when we are on this lost ground, you know, this no man's land, when we have to, it's actually our opportunity to grow it for a new birth. You have birth of creation, potential growth. So those are all opportunities for growth, for expansion. You have expansion here. Educate your mind and senses. We have to go beyond our limitations. We're asked to break through. So we have a breaking down to break through, Pisces, and especially to come back to more intimacy with ourselves. Perhaps we have lost that. We have lost this connection with ourselves. Know that in all of this, you have a council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the stellar realms. So this has been coming on in the readings, and it's so true. Perhaps you're feeling very lost, isolated right now. You're not alone in the physical world, right? Perhaps you have friendships that are falling apart. Things are just happening, okay? But you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You're not alone. When you close your eyes and you go within, connect with higher beings, with your higher self, with the divine, with source, and know that you're always held in the heart of the divine. Okay? Again, here you have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Try to get into, you know, out of the drama and into how can you create from this mess. How can you allow your inspired ideas, your visions, your dreams perhaps, to come into form, into fruition. Finally, get into this dragon mode. The dragon is a very important archetype right now. There is this fire, there is this dragon, the Aries energy. And we need to use the higher frequency of Aries, which is the pioneer, which is the one that just doesn't think so much, but just does. But the lower vibration is the impulsive, emotional actions where, you know, we are triggered and we lash out with anger, with aggression, with competition, with comparing ourselves to others. So we need to get to the warrior type of Aries, the one that shines all its bright colors, right? This is a higher energy. Especially watch your communication, okay? Transformation is taking place. Perhaps you're seeing where perhaps you have not been so open before, or perhaps, you know, you see yourself suddenly, you know, acting in a very impulsive ways. You have to watch this very carefully. And perhaps you yourself you're the first one being surprised by your reactions. So right now the energy is very electric, and we are very apt to react, to be cold tongued, to be, you know, cutting, and perhaps more than that. So we need to be very careful. Now here you have leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. You have to put in some action. It can't just be in your head or in your dreams. You have to start with small actions. Writing one word, doing one thing differently. And as you do so, it's uncomfortable in the beginning, but then it becomes more comfortable. You get used to it. You get better at it, right? It can't be perfect the first time. And you have baby steps, action, Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Aries energy, right? Going for it before thinking too much about it. I think that's the most important I wanted to get out there today. It's a short one, but I felt it was very important. Don't get lost in the drama, Pisces, okay? Especially in your own. I love you. See you very soon. Take care.